First annual Solstice Holidaze Celebration and Expo, December 21st from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. and December 22nd from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. A portion of the proceeds will benefit homeless teens of Las Vegas, so please donate gloves, socks, or head warmers. Discover, enlighten, evolve. Enjoy a drum circle, music, dance, up to 50 unique vendors, artists, an herb garden, and a solstice celebration. It's a fun mind, body, spirit experience for the entire family. For more information, go online to lightshineevents.com.
Welcome to the Bodhi Lotus Radio Show. 50,000 watts of power from KDW in Las Vegas, Nevada. Chris Tinney here with my sidekick, the Yogi Zendid, my beautiful wife, Taisha Tinney, calling in. I think I'm going to have to ask our beautiful producer here to give her a call because, once again, she hasn't called in yet. Welcome to our 1 hour a week on the radio here, where we proved every week that there's a place on talk radio for positive, uplifting conversation. That's what we bring to you every week. For those of you that are new, we want to welcome you. We've moved from the Tan Talk Radio Network out in Florida on 5 radio stations here to Las Vegas, Nevada. And that's one of the reasons we're so excited about this show tonight, because if you heard the PSA that was run just before we came on, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, a Solstice Holidaze Celebration and Expo that's happening right here in Las Vegas. And Greg, I think that, people say there's not a spiritual community here in Las Vegas. So whether you're here in Las Vegas or you're one of the, we have 10 times more people listen to this show online than actually live on the radio, which is amazing to me because we're broadcasting into Southern California. We've had calls from Santa Barbara, Reno, all over. But we have 10 times more people listen online. So if you're not in Las Vegas, this is a good show for you too, because everyone you're going to hear from has a website or a Facebook page that you can go to and get connected with. And that's what this show is about. This show is not about this 1 hour a week. This is where we come together, but we want to continue to create together more of what matters in your life and provide you the tools and resources and people to do that. So let me take a minute real quick to say happy holidays to everybody.
Happy holidays.
We're not going to get into the whole debate. You hear that all day long on talk radio, the debate about happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah. Whatever you want me to say to you, that's what I'm saying to you. It's an energy of love, a big bolt of energy of holiday love.
Yeah.
Take it however you want. Take a minute to thank our sponsors, Anasa Inc., a new network marketing company that has all organic, natural, vegan products to Bliss and Vitality, a new stem cell blend, which is amazing. And Hemp Inc., the first publicly traded company all about industrial hemp and products. I see we actually have the CEO of Hemp Inc. on the line. We're going to talk to him in just a minute, Bruce Perlowin, an intentional community about an hour and 15 minutes outside of Las Vegas that he's creating in Dolan Springs.
I'm going out there with him tomorrow, too.
You are? We have 40 acres out there that we're doing. It's beautiful property.
And get some more videos.
It's going to be a great time. So, folks, kick back and relax. Unless you're in your car, then stand up and pay attention. Well, don't stand up. Sit up and pay attention. Don't want you to have any accidents out there because you're in for a treat. We're going to be talking to Darlene Mea, who is the producer of the Solstice Holidaze. That's Holidaze, days, like holidays event. It's the first one here in Las Vegas. And Greg, what I tell people, and you know what? If you're not in Las Vegas, you're going to be coming to Las Vegas at some point. So let me tell you something about Las Vegas. I think Darlene was the first person who shared this with me. You really don't know how spiritual this community is here in Las Vegas, with all the artists that are in the shows, all the actors and actresses and the mimes and magicians and all the things that you can imagine are here in Las Vegas. It's a really creative group. And Darlene introduced us to the drumming circle out in Red Rock.
Right. Yeah.
With a lot of Rainbow Family and other people that show up there. And now she's doing an event here in Las Vegas with a lot of healers. We're going to be hearing from some of them on the show. And crystal bowl healing, meditation, solstice, all the things you could imagine in such an event. So I'm really excited about that. It's also going to benefit some of the nonprofits that are near and dear to our heart.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
There's awakenings here and the 150 Project and others that actually help homeless teens. So I didn't know, just in this county alone in Las Vegas, Clark County, over 6,000 homeless teens are in this, that go to school every day that are homeless.
They go to school. Yeah.
So imagine
Wow.
how many don't go to school. If 6,000 teens are homeless and going to school, it's got to be double that. It's amazing to me. And I know you and I and Taisha have spent time. We'll go ahead and open up Taisha's line here real quick. I know we've spent time on the phone. So if for no other reason, when you listen to this, event and you hear about the drumming circles and the crystal bowls and the Reiki healing and the local healers that you'll be able to meet that are exhibitors, and you can win free tickets. So stay tuned because 702-257-5396. We have lines open right now, and I'll tell you what, the first person that calls in will win two free tickets to the Solstice Holidaze Festival. That's 257-5396 to the first caller. Taisha's on the line because I can hear my chow chow in the background
You
barking.
can hear it.
Hey, Rhea.
I know. I thought I had it on mute. Sorry.
That's all right. Well, Taisha, I know that you and I have spent a lot of time on the streets with a lot of the homeless people, and the youth have really just broken our hearts, those that we've met. And here's Darlene, who you've met in this event. Maybe you can share with people, a little bit about what you appreciate about like-minded people coming together to do something.
Oh, I'm super excited about this. I've known Darlene for the past couple of years, and we've been working on projects together and kind of trying to. I think all of us have always been, thinking, what we can do to come together. And I'm really excited about this project because my passion is helping the homeless, and this event is going to help homeless teens. Which I just moved to Vegas. I'm not very familiar with it, so I would love to get to know more about what the needs are here with the homeless and the teens. Obviously, that's my heart too. So,
Well, and I always say you
excited.
become like the people you hang around. So if you go to the summer the Solstice Holidaze event, you're going to meet all the people that are about.
You're going to meet like-minded people that are there to make a difference in the community and that are truly loving-hearted.
Okay, guys, we're going to take a break here.
I want to hang out with.
Yeah, now we're going to take a break here, but before we do, and after that, we're going to be talking to Darlene Mea, who's the executive producer of the event, the Solstice Holidaze here in Las Vegas, Nevada. There's over 50 exhibitors, everything from drum healing to meditations, the Just Breathe Wellness Center. Before we do, Bruce Perlowin, are you on the line? And I promised our producer, I promised my producer I was going to let her know before I called on you. So that was my bad. Bruce, thank you for being one of the sponsors, the CEO of Hemp Inc., the first publicly traded company that's all about legalizing industrial hemp, which, folks, is not pot. It's not marijuana. Educate yourself. You'll get a headache if you smoke it. We are the number one importer of hemp, and yet we don't put our farmers back to work growing hemp. So I'm Bruce. You were one of our first sponsors going way back to Florida, your old stomping grounds on the as Hemp Inc. for the Spread Peace Bodhi Lotus radio show. So I just wanted to thank you for putting good stuff on this, what's happening in our community with the Solstice Holidaze Festival.
Well, thank you, Chris. And I love holiday festivals, solstice holiday festivals like this. I'm so thrilled to death that Darlene is doing this here in Las Vegas. For those of you who are listening, you can go down there and you'll see some of our Hemp Inc. products. We'll have our hemp protein there, a couple of our other products. We'll also have the nano water, which we just got in 3,000 pounds of nano water today. So that right in time for this solstice holiday. And these are the kind of things that brings a community together. And, we're building a 4,500-acre community out 75 miles from here on the Arizona side of the dam. And there's nothing like these kind of events where people can meet other people, like-minded people, see all the vendors that are in town. And, this is a very spiritual city. There's 23 yoga studios here in Las Vegas. And every single athletic, those places where people work out, athletic clubs, they all have yoga classes too. So it's way more spiritual than most people are aware of, and to see an event like this really brings that to the surface, and it's awesome. So a big shout-out for Darlene and this winter solstice celebration here in Las Vegas.
That is awesome. Well, Bruce, thank you so much for being one of the sponsors of our show. We welcome Anasa Inc. as another sponsor of our show. You'll hear from them in the near future. And after this break, you'll hear from Darlene Mea, the executive producer of the Solstice Holidaze event here in Las Vegas. If you're not in Las Vegas or you're listening to one of our recorded versions online later, you're going to get something out of this show too, because you're going to hear about some of the healers, some of the modalities that you haven't heard about. What is Solstice? Maybe you're listening right now. Right after this break, we'll be back with Darlene Mea, the executive producer of the Solstice Holidaze Festival. in Las Vegas, Nevada. KDWN 720 AM.
Train
Welcome back to the Bodhi Lotus
speeding
Radio Show from KDWN 720 AM, Las Vegas, Nevada. 50,000 watts of power through Nevada and Southern California. Welcome. If you want to call in, we do have lines open, 702-257-5396. And congratulations to our first caller during the break who won 2 free tickets to the Solstice Holidaze Festival here in Las Vegas. And you know what? They have a 2-for-1 deal on their website right now. They're only $11 for 2 tickets if you go to their website. But if you call in, I'll tell you what, let's throw another pair of tickets out there. If you call in, another 2 pair of tickets for you, 257-5396. Darlene Mea is the executive producer. She's been on, if you are here in Las Vegas, you know her from some of the entertainment shows that she produced on television here locally and some of the other shows she's worked on. She's done events that people love. That's why they're coming together. And so, Darlene Mea, thank you so much for joining us tonight on the Bodhi Lotus Radio Show.
Hey, and thanks for having me here, Chris and Greg. This is great. And Taisha.
Yeah, well, this is exciting. Well, first of all, for those people that don't know, they say there's a war on Christmas. So let's explain to people that these solstice people aren't into war at all.
Oh, no.
Tell us, what is the winter solstice and why do people celebrate it?
Well, you know what? Actually, the solstice started, I would say, eons ago, and it's probably one of the most celebrated holidays, the solstice and the equinox. We used to, long before the kind of holidays that we have now exist, people from all ancient religions would celebrate the change of the seasons. And so the solstices and the equinox are celebrated around the world. And then it kind of grew into other holiday celebrations. I thought it would be a really excellent idea because we're always talking about being in the light and we like to be light-minded and we're light-hearted and enlightened, that it would be great in this community, especially since that's where we are in the entertainment capital of the world, the City of Lights, to have a holiday celebration that was just that. It's without the clause, nothing against Santa, but it's without the clause, in which you can celebrate the season of light. What happened, really the history of it, and I learned this at the planetarium actually here in Las Vegas, Clark County Community College, is that way back when the seasons were changing, in the wintertime it got darker and darker and darker, and people actually thought, oh my God, the sun is going away. And so on December 21st, it actually is a minute longer. So when they started realizing that, they started celebrating new light and more light. And then they had, in Europe, they had the trees, and they put candles on the trees, and that's where all the, our twinkly lights come from. And then St. Nicholas came along to give gifts to the children, which then turned into Santa Claus later on. So now in Las Vegas, I have produced entertainment Christmas shows on the Las Vegas Strip for, maybe 15 years. And I always felt like, but it's missing. For me, it's not about Santa Claus. Christmas is not about Santa Claus. It's about the light, the Christ light and the light within each one of us, and family getting together and really the gathering of love and sharing versus all about having to buy gifts. So when I was producing those shows, I always thought, God, it'd be great to have something where we have amazing music, more celestial and harps and people experiencing coming together, whether it's in a drumming circle or in meditation or just walking around with artisans and exhibitors that have what we call life-friendly products, things that are good for our mind, body, and spirit. So having not seen this really happen in Vegas, I thought, well, you know what, it's time. It's time that the Las Vegas community get together and celebrate in a new traditional way. We're hoping to make this a tradition.
Wow, that sounds exciting. And so tell us a little bit about this. It's on 21st and 22nd here in Las Vegas. Tell us where it's at and what kinds of exhibitors will be there and what kind of events will be happening.
Okay. Well, first I want to say I have 2 amazing partners that a lot of people might know as well. I've been here 35 years. My partners are Goldie Hoppy and Sheila Z. Sterling. And again, we've been in this town for a long time. So we selected Alexis Park Resort, which is on Harmon, just a little east of Paradise, right across from the Hard Rock. It's a beautiful non-gaming resort. And basically, we should have that whole thing, I think, because I'm sure we're going to fill it up. We do have 13,000 square feet there. and some of the exhibitors are well, they range. You know, when you go to the website, you're going to be amazed because we have so many different ones. And the website, I think, is lightshineevents.com. Pretty easy to remember. We have glass blowers, and we have enchanted forest and amazing wearable art. We have actually the gentleman who runs Delight's Hot Springs, which is out in Death Valley or close to Death Valley, maybe
I want to go
70 miles
there.
from here. Oh, it's wonderful hot spring, so great for the mind, body, and soul. And he has, you know, soaps and candles, handmade things. We have energy frequency products. We have people with light machines. We have aura machines, jewelry, crafts, healers, psychics, authors, Alaskan
Painters,
nectar. I mean, and then our entertainment is amazing because we have actually African tribal drumming. My dear friend from Croatia, her name is Jana. She's going to be playing this celestial galactic healing music that truly people have healing experiences from it. So let me just kind of give you an overview, if I can. On Saturday, we have actually, in the early part of the day, we have harp music running throughout. We have Merkabah speakers, and these have this omni sound presence that just fills up the whole room, and it's equal sound no matter if you're on top of the speaker or in the middle of the room, which is amazing. So we have a harpist, and then we have some different dancers. The Angels of Christmas, which is a children's troupe, is going to be dancing around 1 or 2. And then a circle drum, and then we go up actually to this very secret place. I'm not going to tell anybody where because it's so amazing.
And I know what it is. It's pretty cool.
We know what it is.
It's pretty cool.
It's very awesome. It's so great. But that's where we're going to be doing the ceremony at 4:30, and so people should wear warm clothes, right? And then from 6 to 9, we have a full solstice celebration where we have music. And my friend, someone who's been here for a long time, Robert Seidel, who's a minister and an attorney. Wow. I call him my Buddha friend. Is going to be speaking on the wisdom.
I think between having God and an attorney, you got everything covered.
Yes, you do. Can't have one without the other.
A pastor and an attorney. I think you got all bases covered there.
Pass it on to a higher source.
Yeah, so we're really looking forward to this. And the nice thing is, Chris, then it comes down to helping our homeless teens.
Yes. I looked at some of these projects.
Before I get there, Sunday we're going to have an amazing, I just want to say this, a crystal bowl concert. I mean, all these big crystal bowls in concert, in unison. It's phenomenal.
Wow. Now, is that one particular group, or is that a lot of crystal bowl healers coming together, or what is that?
Well, actually, that's a couple of, I think there's 3 of them that play this, and they move through all the different ones, toning them at different times and different tones, and then they have it mic'd, and it's just a very celestial experience.
Nice.
And again, that's on Sunday at noon. And then we have different things on Sunday. People can go to the website. Our homeless teens. We are in Las Vegas, Nevada, where every addiction is capable to everybody, and they can have as much as they want. And therefore, the adults sometimes don't know how to control themselves. Our poor teens, it's just sad. It's just so sad. So being here 35 years, my heart goes out to the homeless, and especially the teens, because they're at the mercy of the adults, and they don't have any choice. So to be able to help them in every way that we can, and we're forming with different organizations. We have Awakenings and Help for Nevada, and then Heroes is also going to be there. They actually help people get back into the world, and they provide them with suits and training and education. And
that is awesome. Well, I'll tell you what. We have a caller on the line, Sunny Afra, with the Just Breathe Wellness Center, and I believe she's one of the people that's going to be participating out there. And I'll have Taisha, be talking to her right after Sunny. Sunny, are you there?
Yes, I am. Hello.
Hey, well, thank you so much for calling in. Yay. I saw on Facebook that you were going to be one of the people performing at the Solstice Holidays. Tell us what you appreciate about this event and what you're going to be doing.
Oh, well, I'm really excited that for Darlene and Sheila and Goldie and all the women that put this together, it's going to be an amazing event. So I'm feeling very blessed to have the opportunity to share some live music meditation with some of my friends. So it's Sunny and Friends, and that's Lily and Alan that can help sing. And then we have meditations with Ursula and myself, and I'm going to play a little live gong. We're going to be doing a little chanting some ohms and raise the vibration in the building. And Las Vegas, and then we're going to be doing a couple songs, so it's going to be really awesome.
Oh, I'm so excited! And you have the
Can you imagine everybody ohming? That's going to be amazing.
That's all.
Oh, I'm friends with somebody that used to pay Sonny big bucks for private lessons, and so when I could afford to sneak in on one of those, I've had the opportunity to experience that. So I'm going to be there for sure during that part. And Sonny, you have the Just Breathe Wellness Center. Where's that located at here in Las Vegas?
Yeah, that's at 5333 South Arville Street, and it's on the corner of Arville and Hacienda, so it's 2 blocks west of Mandalay Bay, or you could take Decatur in 215.
Oh, that's
Great
awesome.
place.
Well, we look forward to, and when are you going to be doing your event at the expo?
At the Solstice, it'll be from 8 to 9.
8 to 9 on which day?
Saturday.
Saturday, 8 to 9 on Saturday. All right. Well, that's exciting. I'm really excited. And congratulations on what great community of people you're building there at the Just Breathe Wellness Center. I love how you have a deck where you can do events, and you have people coming in that are doing crystal bowls and meditations and drumming circles. So that's what I love about this event. Is you're meeting people like Darlene and Sheila and Sunny. And, when I moved to Vegas just a year ago, I wasn't connected. And I think, Darlene, you were the first one that told me, Chris, you'll never believe how creative this town is. And it's kind of like Napoleon Hill said, once you tap into it, you won't believe that you couldn't find it before, and you couldn't turn it off if you wanted to. You're going to keep meeting more and more spiritual people that are going to enrich your life.
Yeah.
Yes.
This sounds amazing. It's kind of the yin and yang of life, as decadent and as everyone thinks it is. It's like we have both sides, because the lighter side of this town it's just amazing, and there's
and I know Taisha's on the line with us too, and we've spent some time on the streets, and I'll ask her real quick. But Taisha, some of these groups that are helping, the 150 Project, the Awakenings, and the others, you and I personally know, many people that have died on the streets actually, but to hear there's 6,000 homeless teens that are actually attending school here, and Awakenings helps 1,500 of those teens. So I know that this is something that's near and dear to your heart as well, and creating community.
Oh, for sure. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I've really enjoyed this call, and I love this event that Darlene is putting on, and I think that there's just so much love going into this, and my dedication has always been to helping the homeless, and and helping people. But to hear that there's an event going on to help the teen homeless is really true to my heart. So I just hope everybody comes out to this event. And you know what? You're going to meet such neat people that, I always think my best friends are people that really want to help the community. And you're going to meet great people. And maybe we can all make a difference together.
There you go.
Maybe. We will. We
Amen.
will make a difference together. Not maybe, but we will.
We will. That's right. Well, folks, you're listening to the Bodhi Lotus radio show on KDWN, 720 AM Las Vegas. Our new digs after moving from the Tan Talk Radio Network in Florida. Welcome to the show. If you want to dial in, we do have lines open, 702-257-5396. We just got done talking to Sunny Afra, the founder and yogi instructor at Just Breathe Wellness Center here in Las Vegas, and Darlene Mea, the executive producer of the Solstice Holidaze, coming up this coming weekend. Stay tuned. After this break, we're going to chat some more with our friends, and we'll talk to Bruce Perlowin, the CEO of Hemp Inc. Welcome back to the Bodhi Lotus radio show. Chris Tinney here with my co-host, the Yogi Zen Dude, my beautiful wife, Taisha Tinney, on the phone line with us. And each week we're bringing you positive, uplifting conversation, proving that there is a place on talk radio for positive, uplifting conversation. If you're an advertiser, I just want to remind you that talk radio and others have done research that show that listeners to formats like this, talk radio, are 3 times more likely to frequent the businesses and buy products from people that they hear on the shows that they like. So if you are an advertiser and you want to reach the kind of people that we have on this show, which I think are pretty cool people, that's Bodhi Lotus Show on Facebook. Facebook.com, just put in the Bodhi. That's Bodhi, like the Bodhi tree, Lotus, like the lotus flower. show on Facebook, or put in that search, or go to bodhilotus.org, same spelling, bodhilotus.org, and you can catch all of our past shows. We've been talking to...
Hey, Chris, I saw some other statistics too, and it pointed out where 100% of our listeners are having too much fun in their life.
There you go. I know. I got to pull you off the skateboard to get you in the studio to do the show. We're going to be posting that video later tonight at the RV show. And we are excited. And Taisha, I know that helping the homeless here, one of the things I really like about this event, and we're going to be talking to Darlene Mea in just another minute or two here, but one of the things I really like is all of the groups are involved in this and how they're working together. The 150 Project, Awakenings, and Help that are helping the homeless youth here. And for those of you that don't know, about 50% of the homeless youth are LGBT, identify themselves as being part of the LGBT community, because when they come out to their friends, their family, they're told to get out of the house. So half of the homeless youth are or identify themselves as being part of the LGBT community. So there's a lot of challenges that they face, beyond the normal challenges of being homeless. And Taisha, I know that you and I have had the chance to meet some of the youth on the street. We've had the opportunity to meet, probably thousands of people have been on the streets. And I just think you should be proud to go to an event like this. You meet great people, but you're making a difference too. Taisha?
For sure. Yeah, I'm here.
Yes.
I'm here. I think, that anything we can do to contribute to, what's going on, in the community and really helping. But, teenage youth, it's very, very important that, we focus our attention on that. And
well, that's what, that's what events like this do. And Greg, I know you're a sound healer yourself. You play the Crystal Singing Bowl, if they haven't been to Yogi Zen Dude on Facebook. And we want to be your friends, not just this 1 hour a week. So, friend us on Facebook / And
we can do it together. It really is about putting a community together like Darlene is doing. And I adore this because this is what it's going to take. It's just people coming together and, sharing their kindness and their compassion.
Yeah, well, that's what we're going to be doing this coming weekend for Solstice. And Greg, you're a sound healer yourself, playing the Crystal Singing Bowl. What kinds of benefits do you think people will get from coming to an event like this and experiencing all the kirtan and the meditations and the crystal healings?
It's an opportunity to turn life off there and step closer to being with spirit there, to strengthen that connection directly with spirit and to connect up with others who that is an intent and powerful part of their life is living with spirit here together. So it's going to be a place to make some powerful connections there where we can, it's powerful to have a community of people around you that are like-minded there so that you can dive in to spirit more.
Right.
There.
And you can walk around and see what feels good to you, what doesn't feel good, and meet some great people around that.
Yeah.
That's what's so awesome about it. So we're going to be talking to Bruce Perlowin, the CEO of Hemp Inc. after the next break. Darlene Mea is the executive producer of the Solstice Holidaze Festival here in Las Vegas. We've been talking to her and Sunny Afra, the founder and yogi instructor at Just Breathe Wellness Center. Darlene, thank you so much for putting on this event. And let me ask you, what do you appreciate most about doing what you do, bringing people like this together?
I appreciate the fact that everyone comes together. We started working on this, say, the very 1st of November, so this is 6 weeks later. The community of like-minded people have come together so much. I love it because it's just kind of, they came out of the woodwork, and we have In Light Times and Natural Awakenings and Nevada Wellness and then several of the other groups that were all connected kind of separately. What I wanted to happen the most is that we all connect so that our community of like-minded people could grow even exponentially, because then our context or everyone's meeting each other. And I think that as we go into the years to come now, it's time for us to not be the high-woo people, because we're not. We're actually very, very educated people that are stepping outside the norm and the box and going, you know what, I'm going to stand up, I'm going to do something different, I'm going to look at alternative healing, I'm going to look at alternative education, I'm going to look at alternative government, I'm going to look at alternative
ways of living so that we don't have to be in this paradigm anymore. So I love the fact that we're stepping up and we're having actually this celebration that people might think, oh, drumming circles and oming, that's high woo. I've heard that. It's like, I don't get it anymore. I got it back in the 80s, right, when it was kind of new agey, but now people are really, they're having been here 35 years and meeting the entertainers and the politicians and the attorneys and the suits. Everyone is not everyone, but people in all walks of life like to be, they're just evolving more. And in evolving, we actually can care outside of ourselves and help each other. And I think that that's what our world needs, is that we help each other in a way that's healthy versus just going along with this system that's, been given to us. And that's why, again, with our Light Shine events, it's edutainment. As we go through the year, we're going to bring in different speakers, and whether it's on ways of eating or meditation or sound healing or just, I don't know, becoming sovereign.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of things. And even what Bruce is doing, I want people to know what their options are. It's great to know what our options are, because then we can choose differently for ourselves.
That's true.
So, and even in creating homeless anything, it's because they're in a system that doesn't work.
Right.
And again, this Solstice Holidays is really about celebrating life. But when we get into next year, we're going to be, we're going to start working on things to actually make a difference. And educate people that they have choices, because that's what we need to know. If we have choices, then we won't have to look at this system and go, oh, my God, are you kidding me? We can go, okay, well, I don't have to do that. Actually, I don't have to take flu shot, I can go take care of my health in another way. So,
absolutely. That is awesome. Well, thank you so much for what you've put together here. Congratulations on all your past successes with your television show and the other events you've done. And I can't wait, the 21st and 22nd of December. It's a winter solstice at the Alexis Park Resort. I've been at events there. It's a wonderful place to get together. And it's non-gaming, so it's relaxed, and you can really, get to know people and hang out in the lobby on those big, soft couches they've got.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited about that.
Great restaurant.
Oh.
It's just wonderful. We're going to just take over the hotel.
We will.
I know we will. And the room, in case anyone wanted to stay on a staycation, they have suites. Everything is a suite. It's only $49.
Wow, that's a great price for a suite.
It's amazing. Yeah,
that's awesome. And folks, if you go to the website, you can get you have 2-for-1 tickets right now on the website. If you're listening online to the recorded version that we'll be posting later after the show, we're going to hold back a few sets of tickets. So reply to this and say, I want tickets to the show. And if you agree to share that on your page, you may be one of the people that wins tickets after the show, because actually we have about 8 or 9 times more people actually reply after the show than during the show. So we're going to hold back some of those tickets for those of you that are listening now. So share this on your wall and you might win free tickets. And Darlene, thank you so much for joining us tonight on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for having me, and I appreciate what you're doing too, and it's so nice to have you and Taisha back in town.
Oh, we can't wait. And you know what? And thank you for introducing us to the spiritual side of Las Vegas. We love it.
I knew you would.
All right, guys. After this next break, we're going to be talking to Bruce Perlowin, the CEO of Hemp Inc., and one of the first sponsors of our show, going way back to Florida on the Tan Talk Radio Network. And we'll talk to him about what's happening with the intentional community. Hemp Inc. is a publicly traded company that he leads, and how you can make a difference with some of the simple buying decisions that you make already every day. Thank you for listening to the Bodhi Lotus radio show on KDWN 720 AM, 50,000 watts of power, broadcasting from Las Vegas, Nevada, throughout the state and Southern California. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back to the Bodhi Lotus radio show on 720 AM KDWN, Las Vegas, Nevada. This is Chris Tenney with my co-host, the Yogi Zen Dude, my beautiful wife, Taisha Tenney, on the line. We just got done talking to Darlene Mea, the executive producer of the Solstice Holidaze Festival, December 21st and 22nd here in Las Vegas. Sunny Afra, the founder and one of the yogis at the Just Breathe Wellness Center. You can find both those places on our website. We'll have links to them up after the show. BodhiLotus.org. That's Bodhi, like the Bodhi tree, BODHI, Lotus, like the lotus flower, LOTUS.org. And Greg, what an awesome show we've been having. Great people we've been talking to.
Love it.
And, one of the things we try to do during this hour is bring you positive, uplifting things, a little boost to get you through that week. We hope that we warm your heart a little bit as you hear some of the things that are happening out there with organizations like Awakenings and Help and the 150 Project that all benefit from you going and having
ways
fun.
We can do something.
You go have fun at the summer solstice and you're making a difference at the same time. So a big shout out to the sponsors that help us keep shows like this on the air. NASA Inc., a new network marketing company. If you're looking to make an income from home in a honest, vegan, organic opportunity and want to set your own hours and live life on your own terms, check out myanasa.com. That's MY.
Nonprofits at the same time.
And it supports all the nonprofits. Same Keepers of the Wild, a lot of them. It's MYANNASA. ANNASA, 2 N's, 1 S. And NASA is Greek. It means new beginnings, breath of life. And the website will share that with you. Our other sponsor on the line with us has been one of our very first sponsors going way back to when we were on the Tan Talk Radio Network, a system of radio stations throughout the Southeast before we moved out here to Las Vegas to our new digs at KDWN a few months ago. And we really appreciate what he's doing. And one of the reasons we moved out here is because we actually got 40 acres on the intentional community that he's creating, 4,000 acres. 2,500 acres is going to be the new animal sanctuary for Keepers of the Wild. They're a 501c3. If you don't know them, go to keepersofthewild.org. They rescue big cats and all that kind of stuff. Now they can rescue giraffes and elephants. Who would not want to have 2.5 acre self-sustainable Ken's domain on property that overlooks giraffes and elephants in the morning?
I love it. I want to feed the giraffes.
And I want to be one of the first people to bring industrial hemp and legalize it here in the United States. Americans are the number one importers of hemp, and yet we don't let our farmers grow it. We import it from other countries, giving our money to their farmers. And he's changing that because I know Bruce Perlowin, who's on the line with us, you just brought in a big crop of hemp seeds and fiber that you're going to make clothes with. Share with us why in hemp is such an integral part of the abundance we can create together moving forward.
Thank you, Chris. Well, most people that have studied the hemp plant understand that it is an incredible plant. I mean, there's no plant like it on the planet, literally. It's classified as a superfood. You can make clothing with it. You can make oils with it. Once you have oils, you can make biodiesel with that. You can make paramagnetic hemp cement. In fact, talking about our intentional community, we had a meeting with Dwight, my partner out there, and we're going to put our first geodesic dome out there because we just got approval for our lot plan from the city of Kingman. Wow. And now we're getting ready to do the dome. And the foundation of that dome is going to be, we had a choice, wood, adobe brick, or paramagnetic hemp cement. All right, so this morning we decided we're definitely going with paramagnetic hemp cement so we can demonstrate industrial hemp as a building material. And a lot of people have heard of hempcrete houses, so we'll be doing a lot of that out there. And we'll also be doing adobe hemp. Putting the hemp inside the adobe makes it a lot stabler and stronger as an adobe brick. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, I met this afternoon with the president of the Yoshang Group, where we grew and harvested 108 acres in China, which is the only thing we can do right now because we cannot grow it in America. Right. And we'll be importing 20,000 pounds of hemp hearts. And
and I tasted those. Those were really good, Bruce. Those weren't. I mean, I've tried I'm just going to say it. I've tried the Nativa and the Manitoba, and they all come, like ginger. They're white, like white bread. I think David said. I mean, they're pure white. They look like they've been bleached. But now that I've seen real organic hemp hearts, man, they were flavorful. They were green. They were awesome.
Yeah, and then that was a question we had from this group that was in from China. Was this organically grown in China, and did you use pesticides? Absolutely, they did not use pesticides. It is not organic certified. He said, in fact, the one thing he really worried him the first time he looked at the crop, there were so many bugs on the leaves, eating the leaves, indicative of the lack of pesticides that they use. And when you do taste these, it has a much earthier, richer taste than other hemp hearts. All hemp hearts are healthy for you, but like anything else, things grown in different areas has a higher nutrient content than grown in different areas. For instance, in our hemp protein, we have hemp protein, spirulina, AFA. We also have Rhodiola rosea, and we only source that from the Yakutsk area of Kazakhstan because in this case, the Rhodiola rosea grown in China, does not get the results or as high quality nutrients as the ones grown in Russia. So we're real careful with where we source our nutrient base of ingredients from. In this case, we also talked about them. I showed them an example of paramagnetic hemp cement, and they're going to send the herd of the hemp plants to us, and we're going to mix that with our foundations out there on the KINS domains, so we can link the hemp products that Hemp Inc. does with a back to the land movement, because they apparently don't seem to relate, except unless you're manufacturing all your hemp candles out there and your hemp jewelry and macrame and building with hemp materials. So we're real excited about that. And the spiritual community, and by the way, when we sell the lots to people like you, the 40 acres, or you can buy 2.5 acres, we're not selling because we have to sell. It's not one of those land development, make money kind of driving thing. That's not what drives us. We don't need to make money. We're going to sell to who we want to sell to because we want to, not because we have to. And we're looking to sell to the spiritual community because we want to build a spiritual community. I often joke around. I say we're going to build Saint City out there, and so we'll have Saint City on one side of the Colorado River and Sin City on the other. Nice and yang right there.
I love it.
That's funny. And you know what I love about what you're doing with Hemp Inc. is you're not just a company that sells hemp protein shakes at basichemp.com. If you're listening and you want to check out this shake, you can go to basichemp.com and see this hemp protein shake. But as vegans, Greg and I, hemp protein is something we've always been real aware of. It has the highest source of protein from any, it's higher than steak. People don't know that. It's actually a higher protein content than steak. And it has all the omegas that you need for that. They say omegas ward off Alzheimer's and other things. It's a kind of a brain food that most people have to eat fish. And since we don't eat fish, hemp is really important to our diet. And all the things that you can make, going back to Thomas Jefferson, one of our founders of our country, who said that hemp was the most important thing. Our colonists were required to grow hemp because they said it was imperative for the security of our country. So, Bruce, I just love what you're doing at Hemp Inc. because through this property out here, which I know is your own project as a CEO, you're funding it. You've donated to spreadpeace.org, my nonprofit that feeds homeless people and underprivileged. You've donated to Can Do Kids, Michael Beckwith at the Agape Church for his foundation, a hospital with Patch Adams that he's now going to be breaking ground on. Keepers of the Wild, I hear there's a plaque out there with your name on it, thanking you for all the things they've been able to do. So you're really, leading. You're living by example and showing people just not how to live off the grid or just how to live spiritually. You're building a publicly traded company that people can buy stock in. That's actually an example of compassionate capitalism.
Yeah, and thank you for that, Chris, because there is a paradigm shift going on, and I believe Hemp Inc. is ahead of the curve. I mean, people can vote with their dollars. So if people buy Hemp Inc. and they hold on to that stock for the long term, that's one of the mechanisms that makes stock go up. What they're actually doing, they're actually supporting Patch Adams, Keepers of the Wild, Michael Beckwith, the Twilight Brigade with Daniel Brinkley, Can Do Kids, the Dolan Horse Rescue Group, Feeding the Homeless with Spread Peace USA, Spread Peace. So they're actually, and if the stock goes up, I can't say it will, I can say if it goes up, because that's the legal requirement, they're actually making money by supporting all those nonprofits, because those nonprofits all are stockholders in our company. And, it's like the spirit of the 60s, or the spirit of America, because I believe that the 60s and that energy and that love and that came out in the 60s is about to hit full force again. It's anyone who wants to look up the 40-year pendulum theory. You'll see that the 60s is coming back full swing starting next year. And I love what you're doing with NASA, this new network marketing company, which I'm a part of, by the way. I signed up because I love it. It means new beginnings. It means breath of life. So there is new beginnings, and 2014 is going to show an entire new beginning of an entire new spiritual emergence. And luckily, we're building the spiritual community for those spiritual people to find homes out when they want to migrate out to the land and be close enough to a big major city like Las Vegas to get the best of both worlds.
Well, and congratulations on reuniting. We only got 2 minutes left, so I know this is going to get you started. But congratulations on reconnecting with your childhood love, Robin Gallane, who you've been gallivanting around the country with the last few months. What an awesome creation you guys are making together.
That is an amazing story. She was 17, I was 19. We emerged as two of the original hippies in North Miami, where we grew up. I knew her since she was in first grade, and I was in third grade. Fell madly in love with her when I was 19. Broke my heart. 43 years later, we're finally back together again. I'm a little slow in some of my projects.
All right. Well, Bruce Perlowin, CEO of Hemp Inc., thank you for joining us today. Their stock symbol, HEMP, one of our very first sponsors on the show. NASA, if you are interested in NASA, Greg and I are actually two of the three founders of that company because we are amazed at their two products, Bliss and Vitality. That's MY, NASA, ANNASA, 2 N's, 1 S.com. You can check that out. And we really appreciate it. And Taisha, I want to thank you for joining us today. I know that people can be our friend on Facebook by going to facebook.com/Chris and Taisha, ChrisAndTysha. Awesome show, Taisha, don't you think?
Absolutely. It was so much fun, and I'm just excited about all the things that are happening.
That's awesome.
Let's do this together, We can do it.
All right.
Sure.
Greg, new Executive Vice President of Giving at NASA. That's one of the reasons they became our sponsor. Thanks for the inside scoop on that. Your job is to go around and meet nonprofits and showcase what they're doing. What a beautiful expression of everything that you've been doing the last few years.
Oh, yeah. What a joy to have this position and be able to work with the nonprofits that we're aligning with and see the differences that the dollars donated are making for the people that these nonprofits touch.
All right. Thank you for joining us on the Bodhi Lotus Radio Show on KDWN 720 AM, Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll be back here next week, Sundays at 7 p.m. Join us online at bodhilotus.org. That's BODHI, like the Bodhi tree, LOTUS, like the lotus flower, bodhilotus.org, where the conversation never stops. And you can say hi to people like Darlene and Taisha and myself. And don't forget, we would like to be your friend on Facebook. So add our pages, stop by our page, and we hope you've enjoyed the show. Don't forget to ask yourself, who can you help today? Namaste.